these are your notes for August 28th for 6th grade math lab. Today we were looking at dot plots and stem and leaf plots. If you would like to print these notes, they are available on Canvas. Otherwise, you can just copy them down into your notebook. So the warm-up today was alike and different. So we were given a dot plot and a stem and leaf plot, and students were asked to list 2 ways these representations are alike and 2 ways they are different. So at this time, I want you to pause the video, come up with 2 ways these representations are the same, and 2 ways that they are different. When you're done, come back and unpause the video and see how your answers compare to the class. So the class said that these are alike because they each have 7 data points or 7 values. So if you look, this dot plot has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 values, and the stem and leaf plot has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 values as well. So that is one way they are the same. They both, another thing that someone said this morning was they each have a repeating number, and that number is 25. So if you look at the dot plot, we have 2 dots here at 25, and for the stem and leaf plot, we have 2 values that are 25. So they both repeat the value 25. Some of the ways they said they were different. So one person pointed out that they're different because here we're comparing the number of baskets. And for the stem and leaf plot, they're looking at lunch money. So they have different titles. Or they're just comparing different things. They also said they were different because the dot plot uses dots. So one of them has dots and the other does not. If you had anything different or you have something to add to this conversation, you can message me on Canvas. But these are just some of the things that our class talked about during first period. You can have different points and still be very much correct. So let's go on to the next part. So our practice, no, I skipped a slide. I'm sorry, there it is. The next question we talked about was, can we still find mean, median, mode, and range using dot plots and stem and leaf plots? Why or why not? So I want you to pause the video again and answer that question on your own. Can we still find mean, median, mode, and range using dot plots and stem and leaf plots? Why or why not? Okay, so the class today, after some discussion, decided that yes, we can still find the measures of center using dot plots and stem and leaf plots. Now, the last few days, you've just been given a list of numbers in order to find mean, median, mode, and range. So the question was, can we still find numbers from our dot plot and our stem and leaf plot? So let's look at that. If we look at our dot plot, each of these dots represents some piece of information, some piece of data. So if we look at our first one, we have 10, 11, 12, 15, 16, 17, 1, 2, 3, 23. We have 2 dots at 25, 6, 27, 28, and 1 dot at 28. So if we look at it that way, if we take our dots and put it into a list of numbers, we still have the values we need to be able to find mean, median, mode, and range. Can we do the same for the stem and leaf plot? Well, if we follow our key, and they tell us that 1 and then the 0 represents $10, we know we have a 10 in our list, we have a 12 in our list, we have a 17 in our list. We go down to our next stem, we have a 23, 2 25s, just like on our dot plot, and then a 28. So we still have a list of numbers. It just is represented a little bit differently. So yes, we can still find mean, median, mode, and range because dot plots and stem and leaf plots contain data points, right? They still have these values that we need to find mean, median, mode, and range. So then our last part of our activity today was to take the same dot plot that we just had, and we're going to put our values in order from least to greatest. Using these values, we are going to answer why each of these statements is true. So it says each fact below is true for the data set above. Justify each fact. So I don't care where you want to start. You don't have to work in order. So first period, we started with the range. So the fact is the range is 18. So we're going to check using our data points to see if the range is 18 and why. So we know the range is the difference between the largest number and the smallest. So if we take our largest number and our smallest, and we subtract them, 28 minus 10 is 18. So the range is 18, and we know that because the difference, or subtraction, between 28 and 10 is 18. Okay. Next, we looked at the mode, and remember, the mode means the most. So it says the mode is 25. Well, that's true because we see 25 the most. So one of the students this morning said 25 is shown the most. And that's why it's our mode. Then we had median. So median, remember that's the one in the middle. So this morning when we were finding the median, we started by crossing out the data values on the ends and worked our way towards the middle. So we keep doing that, and we find we have a middle value of 23. So the median is 23 because the value in the middle is 23. And then lastly, we check the mean. So remember, there's two steps to finding the mean. The first is we have to add up all of our data points, and then we're going to divide by how many numbers we added up. So let's go ahead and add these together. 10 plus 12 plus 17 plus 23 plus 25 plus 25 plus 28. Add those together, and you're going to get 140. So that's our total, and then we need to divide that by how many data points we added up. So we added up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're going to take 140 and divide by 7. 7 doesn't go into 1. So then we look 1 and 4. Does 7 go into 14? Yes, it goes into 14 twice. We have 2, 14, and we'll subtract, bring down our zeros. 7 goes into 0, 0 times. So our answer is 20. So the mean is 20. And we found that by adding our values and dividing by 7, because there were 7 values that we added up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, these are notes and some practice, so this should go in your Math ISN or your journal, wherever you're keeping track of your things for Math Lab. And then I hope to see you tomorrow. Have a good, or sorry, not tomorrow, Monday. Have a good weekend.